Hi everyone. Today is Saturday, December 12th, and first of all, I wanted to apologize for the delay in my videos. I was actually in the global south in Jamaica, and it was just really, really productive there. I went 2 times, and I do have some video footage, and we'll share that with you. I just have to, I took a lot of pictures because what I've been trying to do is to develop the confidence and the creativity in using art stuff, visual stuff, as well as textured analysis, in also processing the development of my intellectual development stuff. So I just wanted to share with you what I was doing right now after speaking with a person, black male, and again another situation of racial profiling. I decided that, you know what, I really need to, you know, be a little, I don't even know what the right word is, but really flow with whatever is in my heart. And I've always been the resistor type to, I listen to people and stuff, and I'm happy-go-lucky, and some people think that I'm really ridiculous and, just a little bit too free-spirited. But you know what? When you go with your core, then you'll be good to go. So currently I'm working on this piece. You know what? I have to look through my books and stuff. But basically, this professor and her practice was how do you talk about it? Basically, developing queer theory and how do you actually bring that into art. And her art pieces were just crazy big, and I'm like, how the hell did she do that stuff? But we had some really good talks, and I'm heterosexual and she's lesbian, and she's like, Livid, you should actually really develop your stuff and go with whatever you sort of come to understand and come to feel. And she gave me the source of this black female. I don't have her name, but I'm going to actually look into my stuff and I'll put it on the notes below this video. And basically this black female has wicked art. It's textured art, and what she talks about is visual, texturized, layered representations of violence against women. And she puts these pieces together, and they're just amazing. So I'm kind of scared of the art thing, but I said, you know what? Let me just try this art, because I can't draw. I don't know how to put colors together. I don't know things about crayons and stuff. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to use whatever I have. So I'm on a dollar store budget, and I'm currently in the global north, and serious problems with racialization, medical profiling, racial profiling, economic profiling. So this all comes back to the importance of learning about black feminist theory, especially from the United States, and looking at black women's experiences from a multiple pronged perspective. And so I said, this morning after speaking with a black male, and I have a lot of black male friends that, just tell me about some of the things that they've been going through. And this has been going on for since 2001. So I'm like, maybe I should just open up a practice, and I just have them come into my place and let's sit down and talk, but not just talk and talk bullshit, but talk about strategies to also empower themselves to just go bust down the system. So so I was like, you know what, let me go back to what my professor told me, this lesbian feminist, beautiful spirit, and a really, really good professor, because you know what, she's working with your learning style, and she wants you to be much better than her, fabulous, so humble, balanced, and she was white. So I was like, wow, another lesbian professor that's like really nice. And then there was this other lesbian one that was like a fucking residential school nurse. That's what she sounded like. But you know what? I got what I could from her and I moved on. So I'm working on this piece right now, and I'm going to title this Textured Sequential Art. And the development of this theorization around using artistic representations to also process. I don't want to give away what I do, but also process like unbalanced things. Let's just put it that way. So I'm just going to show you it, and I really wish that this camera could actually take pictures or show you the textures, because I work one layer, then put something on top of that, and then another top on top of that, and I'm just going to show you this piece like in different zooms, and I'm just learning how to use like this camera, and I love this little thing. It's a Fujifilm 8.2 megapixels. Like, I don't even know what pixels are, but it's within my budget, so I gotta make do with what I have, because they like to economically profile, especially like, black women that don't fit that stereotype about being like a fucking slut or whatever, and like we have brains. So there's a lot of problems, and I'm just starting with this one province to begin, which is Diversity, Ontario. And, it's promoted as like, oh, what do they call it? The diversity heartland of North America. I'm sorry, this place is full of bullshit. So let me just show you, first of all, this textured sequential art. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to get in touch with I think it's called the Ontario Art Gallery or something. There's this huge gallery downtown and in Toronto, and it's really cool. It's kind of like a glass thing. Anyways, a glass building, and it's kind of lean and it looks sharp, and it's like whoever designed that was just like amazing. But I want to phone them and say, like, is there like an art contest that I can enter and make this presentation of violence against black women, and make it like an educational legal presentation around the importance of really understanding what the fuck you're doing when you're doing something called the practice of law. So here, my stuff is informed by including USA Black feminism, as well as critical environmental perspectives, in particular starting with Dr. Robert Bullard, his stuff originating from the United States, and also like the advocacy of Dr. Dana Scott. And she is actually a lawyer and also a professor out of Osgoode Hall Law School in Canada, out of York University in Ontario. So anyways, it's called Textured Sequential Art, and I'm just putting like my exhibits together, because I'm like, you know what, I'm going to process this shit myself, because nobody seems to understand where the fuck I'm coming from, and I'm sick and tired of this profiling. Like, you get tired, and currently, I've been like bleeding really hard for the last week, but the bleeding has now eased up, and I'll be okay. I haven't been passing out or anything, and I did, seek additional stuff, so I'm going to be okay. So I want to show you this texturized sequential art, and the purpose of this is to also engage this in your practice. Like when you're speaking with clients or like potential persons that have like just really confidential situations and very disgusting things to share, what you do is you like, okay, you know what, sit down and process things with them, but also move forward in a very strategic way, respectful way, and a multiple layered way. That's very important. So I'm just mapping out, for example, all like the legal discourses that I'm going to have to pull from to work on this particular case here. So I'm coming from an environmental justice perspective, and using like legal tools to process grievances. So here's one. It's called Exhibit Number 1, And it talks about the problem with biomedical profiling. Now, this one here, this is exhibit number 2. It talks about the problem with employment law problems. This is exhibit number 3. It talks about the problem with the right to clean air. And in this particular case here, this person is going through a situation in Diversity Ontario. Sorry about that. But I'm just trying to show you how I actually layered things from like layer number 1, layer number 2, layer number 3, and then how do we move forward in this section. So let me just zoom out so you can see this piece. And you know what, like I'm just learning about this art thing, and somebody said to me, you know what, just work with whatever you have, like your kitchen scraps or whatever. And so I have like this brown paper, and it's actually being used for wrapping paper, and like we're not, religion people. So it's just to like, send like gifts every season to welcome the welcoming of a new season. So I took some of this craft paper. What I did is I took some little stickies and I laid them the original complaint. One color represents one layer, that color represents another layer, and then I put them on top of each other. Then this situation here is that I just used whatever I had. So this is a maxi pad from Always, and it's the 8-hour hold pad, and it's the purple. And this particular person was bleeding so hard that they were soaking an 8-hour pad in 1 hour. So we've been looking at what's been happening to her body, and she's black, and you know what, she's going to be okay. This is another angle for the same person. This is a black female, and I was like, okay, what's going on, and trying to bring out everything in her, and so this is another layer, and this layer is basically talking about her exposure to problematic indoor air quality. Now, she did get in touch with the fire department because her carbon monoxide detector actually was going off one day, and this little white chick came in, kind of out of shape in this uniform and kind of cocky, and said, oh, there's nothing wrong here. So then I learned about something called community science. So you know what, fuck them, and do your own thing. Like, it's really, really bad in this place called Diversity Ontario. Like, they're very, very ignorant, very low-level educated, and you know what, there's like the white racism, but then there's the people of color racism. So we also have to be very strategic and say, who the fuck is this idiot? So anyway, so this piece here is, or this section is to talk about the problem with indoor air quality, and this person got in touch with like the environmental what do you call it, the environmental protections in Ontario, and they basically said to her, oh, we can't help you. So we're looking at this stuff and we're like, wow, look at all these dimensions. So I call this is my own stuff. It's called textured sequential art, and if you like it, just cite your source, please, and tell me how it works for you, and we can develop, we can see how to move forward in a positive way. So thank you so much for sending me comments and stuff. Like, I really love them, and like I process them, and I'm like, okay, let me go this way, blah blah blah, and like I am working on some things. So I'm also, sorry, I didn't mean to show my under stuff, but I'm also working on what do you call it, getting my stuff out like in a network so that I could have like maybe a TV show and talk about like some of these problems, but with a problem solution perspective on television. And I will definitely keep you updated. So anyway, sorry for making this video long, but you know what I decided is that I'm not into like the makeup and all that kind of bullshit stuff. So, but people are like, no, we'll do it for you. And I'm kind of nervous with that kind of thing, but I like to make my stuff educational, but I also like to be, like confronted or given like information, or, like, don't believe what I say, investigate. So, anyways, thanks for watching my videos and being supporters since I think 2006. I also have something on Blog Talk Radio, and I'm gonna get that up and going again because I just had to like sit down and understand like how do you actually develop, what I'm doing through radio. So I'm just getting used to like using these different forms of media, and like I think it's just great. Like I was scared to go in front of a camera, and if you saw how I was filming this right now, I think you'd burst out laughing. So, anyways, have yourself a great Saturday. Where I am in the global north, it's gray outside, it's gross, but I am going to a function this evening, and I am going to beautify myself, and I am going to feel very, very pretty tonight. And you know what? You can go out, you can look sexy, but you know what? You can dress sexy as well. Okay, take care. Bye. Oh, dress sexy with brains or whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. But anyways, um, actually, I was trying to do some freestyling and it didn't turn out very good. So, okay. All right. Another thing is that I want to try and enter this. What do they call it? It's where you go in like a club and you stand up on a stage and you read your poetry. So I'm really, really like developing the confidence to do that. So I actually want to do it in 2016. I don't know which cycle, whether spring, summer, fall, or closer to winter, but we'll see. Okay, thanks, and have yourself a really beautiful day. Bye. Oh, and I'll update my I'll upload my video footage from Jamaica. It was really nice. So I just took like a lot of pictures, and I just have to like sequentially sort them out and understand and